today. Let's start by sitting tall, maybe towards the edge of the chair. You're always free will. If you'd like to stand instead, please feel free to do that as well. So feeling your feet on the earth, and even if there's neuropathy or numbness, there is a sensation that you can feel on the bottom of your feet. If we really focus, maybe closing your eyes. Let's all close our eyes as we sit towards the edge of the seat and notice sensations in your body at this moment. Notice which parts of your body are touching down on the earth or on the chair. And then sit up tall as though there was a string on the top of your head and it was pulling it gently upwards. And take a few breaths in and out through the nose as we begin our practice. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Notice any shifts in the body with your eyes closed. Notice if the body's trying to find its way to center or not. Maybe you don't feel any minuscule little movements. And we'll come back to this idea throughout the class. Lower the arms down by the side, nice and neutral with palms facing forward. And then inhale, extend the arms outward and upwards. Wonderful. I see my arms are cut off, but we'll just go with it. And then take a side bend towards your right. Breathe in. And breathe out. And on the next exhale, so inhale, exhale, do that shh. And that's going to pull your belly in and push down through your feet, rise up. Exhale, side bend towards your left. Breath is in, breath is out. Breathing in and then a shh. And that helps us engage our belly. Inhale, arms rise up. And let's exhale and make a W with the arms. So this is our W. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. And then extend your arms outwards. Good. Pull them back in for the W. Inhale, arms rise up. You might gaze towards your fingertips. Pull the arms back down. Feel your shoulder blades come on your back. Extend the arms wide, palms face upwards. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hands at the heart. Wonderful. Let's extend the right leg forward, hands at your hips. And lean forward and back and notice how you might start to get a stretch behind the leg. Lift your toes skyward. Breathe in and breathe out. And now extend upright. Pretend that string is up there on top of your head, gently pulling. You're getting taller and taller. Then you're going to hinge at your hip and feel a little teeny stretch. We just started, so you don't want to take it too far. Breathe in. Breathe out, and then inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, swing them back. So the arms go back as your spine goes forward. Inhale, arms lift. You might gaze up, but that's a choice. You don't have to. Exhale, take your arm bones down. Shoulder blades come together. Palms are facing towards each other. Neck is long. So we don't want the neck dropping down and we don't want the neck going back. We want to keep it nice and long. Inhale, arms rise up and exhale back to that W. Reach high. Let's find our first twist. So right hand outside, left thigh, and then push your hand into your thigh and your thigh into your hand. And then decide whether you want your left hand back behind you at a diag like so, or maybe you want to hold on to the seat. Take an inhale. On your exhale, do that. That's helping to protect your spine. Then you're twisting from about your navel up. And you do have this opportunity to open up your shoulders a little bit. Breathe in and out across your collarbone. Inhale, arms lift back up as we come to center. And exhale, bring that right leg back underneath your knee. So heel under knee. And then extending now the left leg. So toes are upright. You feel like you're pushing on the gas, like you're pushing that ball away from you. Toes may spread. Inhale, arms lift up. Beautiful. Exhale, swing the arms back. Inhale, they rise. Let's make a W. And then extend out. Should we do W for wonderful? Arms lift. Exhale, pull them down. The elbows down, and you're going to feel the shoulder blades. They're coming towards each other. Then you reach out and they protract. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swing them back as you lean forward. So you're feeling a little hinge in the hip there. You don't have to go very far. Feel a nice long spine, palms facing towards each other. Another place to really feel the shoulder blades come onto the back. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, swing them back. Inhale, they lift. Exhale, the W. Reach high. Exhaling now. We're taking our left hand outside the right thigh. Push into each other here, because sometimes the knee falls into center like that. Or sometimes we don't realize that the knee's going out and then our foot isn't pushing down. So we're pressing into each other, and that's going to give a little bend in the elbow. And then the right hand goes back behind us. Take an inhale. Exhale that breath. Feel the belly pull in, and maybe you gaze towards your back fingertips. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in. And breath is out, and come back to center and drag that heel back underneath your knee. Then pushing your right hand into your thigh, and then your thigh and your hand lift the leg up. So that's that kind of leverage of pushing in. It's kind of like an isometric, and then release it and let it go. And now the other side. So push up with your thigh and down with your hand. And try to keep that shoulder back when you do this, because sometimes it likes to come forward. So make sure you pull it back and then let it go. We'll do a little bit faster. Push down through the hand, up through the thigh, let it go. Other side. Pressing down, pulling up. You're going to notice your belly's engaging. You almost don't need to do the shush at the moment. Good. Now, next time, lifting the leg. As we push the hand down, open the knee out to the side and then let it down. And then we're going to inhale, press, bring it on in, close it up. Other side, pressing down through the hand and up through the thigh. Open it up, lower it down. Lift it up, bring it back in. Now let's open up a little bit wider for goddess or horsey. If you like riding horses, then this is certainly like horsey pose. Heels are under knees. Toes are going outward. So if you were to draw a line down your kneecap, it would go right down the middle toes. So generally what I say is you can't see your toes in this pose because they're lined up like that. Breath is in. Breath is out, arms out, lift them skyward, hands to the heart, open it up, press your palms away from you, curl the fingertips under, extend the arms long, and cross right over left, Open it up. Left over right. Open it up. You got it. Cross it. This is good for our brains. Open it. Cross the other way. Open it. Next time, give yourself a hug. So wrap your arms around you. Big hug. Big yogi hug because you are wonderful. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breath is in. And breath is out. Open it up. And other way. Left over right. Big hug. Notice if it feels different with the one arm on top as opposed to the other. Big hug. Breathe in, and as you breathe in, you feel your body expand into your arms and palms. Breathe out. Open it up. And exhale, release the arms down. Good. You might want to move yourself slightly back in the chair. And then we're going to push our palms into our thighs and lean a little bit forward. Maybe take our hands towards the knees and then press down and rise up. Let's do that a few times. So your elbows can bend back as you lean forward and then press down and rise up. And we're going to add in circles of the shoulders. So you're forward, shoulders roll up and back. Push your hands down into your thighs to rise up. So when you push your hands down, you're pushing your feet down. Here we go. Forward, shoulders roll, hands are pushing down. Push the sitting bones down as you rise up. Awesome. Take it forward, roll the shoulders. This time, take your right arm towards the left at a diag, and you might gaze that way. But gaze forward and down so your neck feels nice and long. And then reverse it or alternate it. Now take the left arm towards the right. And bring it back in. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears and back. Push down, rise up. And let's bring one leg in and then the other. And extend both legs outward. Hold on to the seat of the chair. Circle the ankles around and about, and then the other way. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, bring the knees back in. We're going to practice spinal balance in the chair, and we're going to play with our vision a little bit. Or where we're gazing, or with eyes open or closed. So extend the right leg, and then you get a choice. You can hold on to the seat of the chair and lift the leg or not lift the leg. So the leg could be down or the leg could be up. And then maybe you extend the left arm out to the side. So try that, but you could have the arm down. Or you could be holding both hands on the chair. So you're going to do whichever one feels safe for you. Take a breath in and out. Release and lower back down. And let's do the other side. So now extending the left leg. And maybe lifting it. By the way, you could also put a block under your leg. That would be a way to lift it up too. And then right arm out to the side. So you're going to feel your shoulder blade on your back as you take that arm out, but leg could be down, or maybe both hands are holding. You choose which one feels to you like it's a balance pose. And then release. Now we're going to add in this idea of closing our eyes. Now, when you close your eyes, you should feel safe, but notice what you feel. If it doesn't feel safe, then please open your eyes up. So here we go. Right leg's out. Maybe it lifts and you take your left arm out to the side. Then maybe you close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, notice sensation in your body. And notice if you feel just teeny little movements of your body trying to find center. Feel that little bit of swaying, or notice if you feel it. And then open your eyes and lower the leg and the arm down. And let's try the other side. Extend the leg, extend the arm. So this is how we play with balance. Sometimes our eyes are open, sometimes they're closed. Sometimes we're looking a different direction. This is one way we can play with balance. So leg comes up, arm is out to the side, or any variation that feels like balance for you. Then close your eyes and feel the sensation of this pose. So your leg is working, your arm is lifting, so you feel that. Your spine is up, and I don't know, but you might be noticing your core is engaging as well. And then notice any sway of the body if you're closing your eyes. Even if you're not closing your eyes, you might feel the sway of the body. Breathe in and breathe out. One more full breath. And then release and let that go. So that's the body trying to find its way to center. When we're playing with balance, part of it is we notice we're coming off balance, and the idea is we're bringing ourselves back to balance. And that's really what we're playing with when we're addressing balance in our yoga pose. Let's now extend the right leg out to the side, and anybody who wants to stand for their version is certainly welcome to. This would be triangle pose. The heel is out to the side, the leg is out to the side, and I've got the left knee forward. So again, we've got that string on top of our head, growing tall. We're making space in between the pelvis and our bottom ribs. Extend the arms, and we're gonna tilt towards the right. Now your hand may touch your leg, and that's fine, or if you have a block, you might have your hand on the block. And the other arm can stay at your hip, or you might reach it skyward. You might gaze at your fingertips. That's going to change your balance too. Make sure you're pushing down through this left leg. Oops, I just made the doors open. That's kind of funny. I've never done that before. I must not have shut them all the way. All right. Hopefully you're still in your triangle pose. And then we're going to push down through our feet and rise up and bring the leg back in. And then with the leg in, take your forearm to the thigh, circle the arm around and about a few times, and then take your arm over the ear. Now we can play with shush here. So you're going to take an inhale. On your exhale with the shush, maybe you lift the bottom arm, because here we go. We're in this is a core building. It's a balance. You don't have to lift the arm. It's an option, the bottom arm. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to heart. Pick that leg up and bring it back in. Of course, you know that everything is always an option. Nothing is a must, because you want to do what's right for your body and make the adaptations that your body needs. So now we've got the left leg out to the side and the right knee is forward. We're going to grow tall. So we're facing the long way. My mat is horizontal here, so I'm facing that way. I'm actually facing this way too, the front mat. So we're squared off. Then we're going to inhale and take our arms out to the side, spread the fingers nice and wide. Let's tilt towards the long leg. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice where your head is. So if it's dropping like that, it's going to feel funky. Got to lift that head up, and then feel like you're gently pulling the back of your head back. And then lift on up, release the arms, pull the heel in, and then take your forearm to the thigh and adjust yourself on the chair. Make sure this bottom shoulder is back, and let's circle the right arm around and about a few times. And again, you might gaze at your hand as you do this. And we're gonna take the arm over the ear. Now the elbow may be bent like that when we were doing the W, or it might extend. What we're gonna feel is a nice side body lengthening. Ooh, it feels very good. It's wonderful for our breathing. It's really wonderful for so many things. Now we're gonna take an inhale. Maybe on the exhale, we lift the bottom arm and we do that shh breath. And you can slowly close your lips at the end of the shh. And then push down, rise up, hands to the heart, and bring it back in. So now we will move towards our standing poses. Never feel like you have to do this standing. You can adapt and do seated poses. So to come on up, let's do chair pose because it's so good for us. I shouldn't say that, right? Because we go, oh, it's so good. What does that mean? A kid will say, Mom says it's good for us. All right, so I'm gonna put the block in there and then rock forward and back. I don't know if you can see that little purple ball, but it's right here. You could put something like that. You don't have to, but I love it because it helps us engage our inner thighs, our adductors. So rocking forward and back. Give it a little rock as you breathe in and you breathe out. And then you might play with lifting your buttocks off of the chair. Now, some of you might want another chair in front of you for your balance. And that's absolutely a good idea. If you need that, you should give it to yourself. So we're going to play with maybe lifting the buttocks up. Now, when you come up, maybe stick it. Maybe stick it. Keep those sitting bones back. Arms are forward, or maybe they're like this, you know, crossing, putting hands on shoulders. That's fine too. Notice your weight is in the back of your heels. Your hips are back. Your spine is forward. It's almost like a zigzag. And then push down and rise up. And let's release that. And we're going to come to our wall dog pose. So for wall dog, we're going to take our hands to the chair, walk ourselves back. So our our feet are about hip distance apart. Our knees are soft. Keep them soft. And then press your sitting bones back. And then slowly you might straighten the thighs. So your hands are on the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. And we're softening up as we straighten, and then we're softening back down as we bend our knees. A few times, just kind of easing into the pose. Breathe in and breathe out. And then walk your hands towards the chair, your feet. Sometimes you just gotta ignore what I say and look at what I'm doing. So now we've got our hands on the chair and we're gonna round our spine like the cat. So you're gonna round your spine, take your chin to your chest and gaze at your belly. So your shoulders are rounding actually downward. Push down through your feet. And now inhale, swoop your spine. So you're gazing forward. Your sitting bones are moving back and actually up. And then let's play with this rolling one way and then the other way. So exhale, round. We're in that cat pose. Push down through your feet, but keep the back of the knees soft. And then inhale, we are into the cow. Now we're going to take our right foot forward, hold on to the side of the chair, and the left leg back. We are in a lunge. We are in a lunge. So holding on to the sides of the chair, and we've got our right heel underneath our knee. Now you could have your back heel up or place the heel down. And then let's soften the front knee. So you're going to do that back leg. What's best for you? Some people like that heel down for balance, and some people like this heel up because their hip is really tight, and this pose is way more accessible with the heel up. And you're going to feel a little bit of work going on in that right hip, and maybe a stretch through the back leg. And then we're going to, on our inhale, transfer the weight to the front foot and bring the left leg to meet the right. Looks like I'm really cut off today. So I'm just going to try to do things that are low so I'm not as cut off. All right, so
you're not cut off. We can see you just fine.
Oh, really? Okay, from what I'm seeing, I'm going, ugh, half my head is cut off. Okay. So I always say that there's a ghost in this room and somebody moves that camera around. I think you just have to look at it and it moves. All right, so we're gonna do the other side. Thank you for letting me know, Catherine. So now we got the left foot forward and the right leg back. We are in a lunge. You choose the back leg. And you might want to walk your right foot or your back leg out a little bit to the right. That's going to help your balance. And soften that front knee. Now we want to keep the spine long here. So as you push your left hip back, gaze forward and see if you can find a nice long neck rather than looking down like that. Because looking down like that, the neck is not long. Well, actually, it's very long. It's too long because it's curling under. So think about the spine being really long, the heart moving forward. Feel the strength in your legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel that this thigh is working. This front thigh is working. And if it's not working, then we need to go, well, it's going to depend on your knee. So you don't want to do anything that would injure your knee, but as long as your knee's okay, you might go slightly deeper if you're not feeling it, but we want you to stay safe. And then transfer the weight to the front foot and bring the back foot in and come on to standing. And notice how your body is feeling now. How is the body feeling now? So our feet are parallel and we are in our mountain pose. And we're going to come into chair pose here. So you could use the block again or not. And some of you like to put the strap around your thighs, which is also really awesome. I'll show that. But you know, it's not going to be the best demo because the black pants and the black strap, that could be hard to see. But you could put the strap around your thighs like this. And this is also a great way to practice because you can push out into the strap. So either block in between your thighs or strap around. I hope you can see that. But the strap is around my thighs and it's tight enough where it's not going to fall, but not so tight that I can't, breathe. You don't want it to hurt. And this is a long tie. So you want to make sure you don't trip on your tri. Then, so we're going to come down into our chair pose, push the thighs out into the strap. Sitting bones are back. Weight's going to the back of the heels here. And then maybe arms can go forward. They could be at your hips. They could cross at the shoulders, or they can lift upwards. Feel that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Your thighs are talking to you. That's okay. That's them getting a little stronger. Breathe in. And breathe out. Maybe a little bit back, a little further back with the hips. And then slowly rise up. These squats they are good for us. They're good for our bones. They're good for strengthening our legs. Some people call it awkward pose. Some people call it fierce pose. You are fierce. Let's do it one more time because we love it so much and we'll add a twist in. Now, you could have the chair right here for safety. Or you can have the chair in front of you. You could have two chairs beside you. So here we go again. Sitting bones back. Maybe arms are forward. And now if we want to find our twist towards the right, We might take this right arm back. Keep the sitting bones going straight back. Breathe in. And breathe out. And you can always come out of it. So if you've got the strap around your thighs, really push out into it. If you've got the block inside your thighs, push into it. Arm is forward. Let's give it a break. Stand on up. See, we're going easy today. Otherwise, we could just go straight to the other side. You are always welcome to do that. All right, come on down. Sitting bones are back. Sitting bones are back. Spine is long. So feel like your heart is lifting. It's actually a hinge here. This is a hinge. Your spine is what's moving. Your sitting bones are angling back. Arms. Complete breath in. Complete breath out, and maybe take that left arm back behind you. Gaze at the fingertips. Sitting bones are angling straight back. Sometimes they like to go to the side when we do these twists. See if you can feel that. Then bring both arms forward. One more breath, and come on out of it. So much fun, right? I'm going to take the strap off. Take it off. And let's play a little bit with balance as if we weren't already. And you can hold on to the chair to the side or in front of you. We're in our mountain pose. And then we're going to take the right leg out to the side. So you're going to shift your weight to the left leg to take the right leg out to the side. Keep growing tall through the sides of your body. And maybe you take the right arm out to the side, or your hip is fine, and maybe lift the leg. Breathe in. And breathe out. Put the toes back down. Step it down. Take a moment here. Your feet are a little bit wider. Let's maybe take them even a little bit wider. We'll be a 5-pointed star for a moment. So we're in a long stance here, wide. Arms out into a V. V for victory. Then take them down. You're an A. A for amazing. So here's arms in A. Here's arms in V for victory. Feel your shoulder blades come onto your back. So it's like you're reaching outward and then pull the arm bones back and feel your shoulder blades come onto your back. Release. And let's step the feet back into our mountain pose. And then we're going to take the leg forward. So we're going to switch the weight again to the left foot. Take the right toes forward. Maybe lift the knee. Now you don't have to. You could have your toes down or you can lift it up. See how that feels. This standing knee is soft. You don't want to lock it back. There has to be a little bit of softness there. Push down through the mound of the big toe, across to the pinky toe, and the center of the heel. That's going to help us keep our balance. And then you may gaze forward. You might take an arm out to the side. You could take it up. You could take it at your hip. Now find a gazing point to stare at, about horizon level. And if you want to play with taking fingertips off chair, you are free to. You might bring your hands to your heart. Know that the chair is always there for you. Notice how the big toe side of the foot sometimes wants to lift off, and that's what's going to throw us off balance. And then release. And let's circle the hips around and about. And then reverse it. Reverse it. Then one more little playful balance act on this side, and we'll go to the other side. So now play with moving the foot around. So your weight's on the standing leg, which is the left leg for me, or what you're seeing, and just kind of make circles And then kind of play. Maybe lift the knee. You can move it outwards and inwards and play with your balance. And maybe you take your hand off the chair, but maybe not. So this is playing with your fingertip. You're still touching the chair. You're still playing with balance, but it's giving you just enough to know that chair is there. And yeah, you're working this too, right? We're working actually the hip flexor there a bit. And then place it down. And we'll go to the other side. So we know that each side's going to be different with our balance. So we start in our mountain pose. Press our feet down. We're pushing down through the tripods of our feet. Big toe, little toe, center of the heel. So big toe, little toe, center of the heel. That's what we're pushing down with. We're in our mountain pose. We transfer our weight now to the right leg. Knee is soft. And maybe, so you got to transfer your weight now to this side of the body. You're going to feel a sway, but you might want to go like that. But see if you can stay upright. There's a tendency to want to go to the right, right? Right, correct? So toes are out to the side. Maybe arm goes out to the side. When you take your arm out to the side, a lot of times that will help your balance. Maybe you lift the leg, maybe you don't. And then maybe you play with lifting the other arm, or maybe you don't, or maybe you have the toes down. See, we're going to meet our body and our balance where we're at this moment. And then let's bring the foot back in. And let's do that 5-pointed star, but this time, let's turn our toes out and our heels in. And then, see, that's a balanced pose right there, at least. It could feel like it. Push the heels down and pull them towards you isometrically. So they're pulling towards you isometrically. Or maybe you put the chair in front of you because that feels safer. Oh, my little pad's coming off there. But this could also be the way to go with the chair in front. And then maybe one arm up into that V and the other arm into the V. V for victory. We don't often stand like this. So yes, it is a balance. I feel my body swaying a little bit. Notice if you feel yours swaying a little bit. And then maybe we bend our knees and come into that horsey pose that we did in the chair. Sitting bones down, hands on the chair or not. Maybe arms into that W. Breathe in and breathe out. Knees are over heels. And push down through the feet to rise up. Bring the toes forward, step it back in. We'll go back to our playing with balance here. Bringing the weight to the right leg. So from mountain, transfer weight. And maybe lift. Just the tippy toes are on the earth, or maybe you're lifting the knee. Some of you might put the foot on the chair. And some of you might come up with something else. You could have your foot on the block. There's so many options. We could be here all day. And I can give you all kinds of options. Because when your feet are asymmetrical, you are playing with your balance. And then find a spot to stare at and breathe. Choose a hand position. Both hands on chair, one hand on chair. You could have 2 chairs, one on each side. Maybe the knee lifts. Find that spot to stare at. Breathing in and breathing out. Now maybe you kind of play with moving the leg around. See how that is. That's quite challenging. So if it feels really tough for you, it's because it is kind of tough. But it's another way to play with balance. And then bring the foot back down. And ask your body how it's feeling now. And we will go down to the earth. So you're gonna go down safely, bring your blanket and your strap. And maybe a block. And to come on down, you might put that blanket down so that you have a little pad for your knees. So this is how many people come down. They bring one knee down and then the other. There's all kinds of ways to come down. Just be safe. So I'm going to move this out of the way. You never want to go down if you don't think you can get back up. We don't need that business. So I'm moving this out of the way so you don't have to see it. And then we'll come into table pose. And here we go. We're in our table pose and these are under our hips and our palms are just about under the shoulders. I like to bring them a little bit forward. And let's do a cat and cow or two because that is a nice way to feel the shoulder blades on the back. So here's cat, chin down, spine curving up, tailbones down, and then reverse it. And then reverse it. Feel your shoulder blades come onto your back. You're gazing forward. Sitting bones are upwards. Then round it for your cat pose. Push your strong arms down into the earth. And then come back to the cow pose. And we will slowly lower down onto our forearms. Give yourself a little break there. Now, some people say this doesn't feel good on their shoulders. And if it doesn't, then you do have the option to stay up with the straight arms. That's always an option. And if your wrists are sore, you can roll the mat and then place your wrists on the roll and your hands off of the roll. And often that is helpful too. So wherever you're at, either arms straight or elbows down, let's walk our knees back, get a nice long spine and rock forward and back. So you're going towards a plank pose. Now, some of you like plank with your knees up and your toes back, but some of you are like, no, thank you. So just go as long as you can as you rock forward and back, arms straight or elbows down. And rock it forward, you feel more weight and you're pulling your belly in and up. And that is the plank pose. Knees are up or knees are down. And then I want you to play with the shush pose next time we do it. So rock forward and back. When you go into your plank, whichever version you choose, you're going to go shh and feel your belly pull in towards your spine, and all the muscles around your spine are going to activate. So here we go. We're coming forward. Nice long spine. Take an inhale, gaze forward and down. Nice long neck. And then exhale. Shh. And you feel your belly pull in and that's supportive. Let's go back towards a child pose. So knees come apart, toes together, and your sitting bones rock backwards. They may not go all the way down, and that is okay. If you have sore shoulders, bend your elbows and rest your hands, rest one hand on top of the other and your forehead on top. If it feels okay to you, then lengthen your arms and get a nice lengthening through the spine. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Let's come on up and walk our arms towards the right for a crescent C. So I'll come forward because you can see that well that way. So make a crescent C one way and pull back through that opposite hip. So I'm going out of the left, I'm pulling back through the right hip, and that feels really, really, I'm getting a little gentle tug on the right side of the body, in between the ribs. And then walk it back to center and towards the other way. Now the hips are gonna pull to the left as my spine and my arms go towards the right. Breathing in. And breathing out. And breathing in. And breathing out. Walk it back to center. Bring your hands towards you. And we'll go down onto our back. So you want to bring your strap with you so we can do some nice hamstring stretches and thigh stretches. And if you don't have a strap, you can use your hands. I have my handy dandy cane over there. You can always use a cane and hook it around your foot. So come on down onto your back, and you can give yourself a little pillow or folded blanket underneath your head. You don't want the head up like that though. That's not great for the neck. So I see a lot of people do this crunching. And I know some people have like a vertigo or whatever, they need to take care of it. But if you don't, then try to have it so your ears are level with your shoulders. And so we start with our knees bent and our feet forward. And now we're going to take the strap and place it around the right foot, or either foot, doesn't really matter. And we're lifting the foot upwards. And you can crisscross the strap and gently relax your shoulders down. A lot of people, there's a tendency, they want to grab that strap for dear life. Try not to do that because that stresses out your shoulders and probably your jaw. In fact, relax the lower jaw. Just let it go. And then we're pushing the thigh away from us, so it's going that way. And the footprint is going up, and feel the lengthening. Now your knee may or may not straighten all the way. Now some of you like to take the leg out like that. It's okay, but try to keep your ribs down. Keep your ribs down. So if you like it better here, you're getting a stretch better here, you can go for it. I still like to play with the foot coming up, and even if the knee is bent. So have a little fun. You can move the leg around, but try to keep your ribs down. Otherwise, your spine's going to do that funkiness. And this pose is really helping free your hips. So we want to keep our hips level. It's getting at the back of our legs. And we actually are using our core to keep our spine down. So you could play with that shush again, like breathe in and breathe out with the shush, and you'll feel your ribs press down into the mat. Now, if you're not feeling anything here, then go ahead and lengthen the bottom leg and push it away from you, because we want you to feel. So feel right where it's best for you. Nice, full, complete breaths. Full, complete breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then let's turn the leg out. So the knee goes out and the toes go out, and feel that. Again, if you want to play with the leg down like that, you can, but again, keep the ribs down and feel the difference when you externally rotate the leg. And then you might open the leg up out to the side. So with this, you want to keep the opposite hip down. Don't let it rock up. And you can use your hand to support your leg. That's absolutely fine. The stretch is now on the inside of the thigh. Breathing in. And breathing out. And breath is in. And breath is out. Inhale, leg comes up. Let's crisscross it over. So cross it over the midline. Now in this case, I'm going to turn this way. You can let the leg be here, and you might feel a stretch there. And I do feel a stretch here. Or you can let it come down. It becomes more of a twist, and then it switched. Now I feel it more there. So you could play around with where you allow the leg to lower down, how much you allow it to lower down. Take several breaths there, and then you'll release the tie when you're ready. Never want to rush you, and we'll do the other side. I'm just switching so you can see me better. And you'll bring the strap around your other leg. And this leg might be like a little tighter. Might be a little bit tighter. Relax the shoulders down. Relax the jaw. It's really hard to stretch when the face or any other part of the body is stressing out. So we're not looking to force, to just be and feel the sensation of stretching. Make your adaptations, make your changes so that you benefit from it. No worries what anybody else looks like on the camera. They're not looking at you, they're worrying about their own body. Full inhale. Full exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's turn the toes out and the heel in. Now stay in these positions. We've been doing like really 4. We've got the one straight up, we've got the external rotation, we've got the leg open to the side, and we got it crossed in the midline. Maybe you want to skip one of them, or maybe you want to spend more time in one of them, and that's great. I would not skip the one going upwards. That's real important. And even if you're feeling it a lot, that still means that it would be a good thing to do. But if you want to skip going over the midline or out to the side for whatever reason, that's okay. But no, there's benefits to it. And then I'm going to open the leg out to the side. And again, give the leg a little support and make sure your hips stay level so you can balance a teacup on your lower abdomen. So you're going to feel a sensation. Sensation with the leg out to the side is either the inner thigh or behind the thigh. And then take the leg up. And we're going to cross it over. Find that angle that's just right to feel. This is going to be more of a stretch on the outside of the leg. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breath is in. And breath is out. Stay as long as you want. And then the next pose is a spinal twist as we wind down our practice together. And ask yourself, what does my body need? Do I need a back bend? We didn't do a lot of back bends, so maybe you need a bridge. This is where it's a home practice. You really could do what your body needs. I'm going to show the twist, bringing the knees in and letting them fall over to the side. And I just love this because it helps open up the front of the body, tapping that opposite shoulder down. So my knees are to the right, my left shoulder is pushing downward towards the earth, and that feels wonderful. You might turn your head the opposite way of your knees. and then you switch it up. Switch it up. So walking your hips now to the right as your knees go to the left. And make your adjustments with your arms. They could be in T, they could be in that W that we've been playing with. Got to make turn to the right as your knees go to the left. Tacking the right shoulder blade down. If your knees aren't all the way down, you could put a pillow under them. That can be very helpful. And then finding your way to perhaps lying down butterfly. That's a nice way to wind down. You could have blocks underneath both, or pillows underneath your legs to rest on. Hands on belly and feel your breath. Or go to your final resting pose. You could have the bolster under your thighs or your legs up on a chair or wall. I think I'll show the legs up on the chair just to remind you. Sometimes people get swelling this time of year or any time of year, but I think with the hotter weather, sometimes they do get it. So you might put your feet up on a chair to rest. And that's a nice way to end your practice. So I know a lot of people say, I don't have time for resting, or I don't need the resting, but it's really, really an important part of our yoga practice to allow the body to have this time. We don't always realize the benefits, but once you get there and you make yourself comfortable, you might not want to move. In this pose, the breath is soft, effortless, not trying to change it. Eyes are softly closed. And breathing just as you are. Some people like the mantra, I am enough. I am enough. But you could make it any mantra you want. I am joyful. I am happy. I am peaceful. Whole body's relaxing. With your feet up, or even your feet up on a bolster, you feel your legs on the bolster. You feel the sensation of letting go. And the whole body is a big swimming pool of sensation. So stay in your resting pose as long as you so desire. I'll close our practice together by bringing my knees in and rolling to the side, but you stay and enjoy. Slowly coming up, finding a seated position. And it's customary to close the class with a namaste or sending good thoughts to yourself and to others. And one of my favorite is the Loka Samasta Sukhinom Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free and joyful and peaceful. And may my words, deeds, and actions contribute to their joy, peace, and happiness. Namaste, everybody. I hope you enjoyed class. And Adrienne, if you're new or anybody has any questions, I'm here